2024 BMW R1300GS Adventure review price and specification details. BMW officially pulled the wraps off the long-rumored and highly anticipated R1300GS Adventure motorcycle. The outgoing R1250GS was excellent and for many remained the standard of the class, but the ADV segment has seen a slew of new technology and features introduced across multiple manufacturers, and the R1250 was starting to be left behind. For 2024, BMW's R1300GS has increased power, reduced weight, new suspension, a new frame, and radar. It's a nearly all-new GS, and BMW is gunning to reclaim its position as king of the ADV mountain. BMW R1300GS engine. When talking about an R model GS, you have to start with the big boxer engine. That horizontally opposed twin has defined the model for 43 years. Its broad power and torquey output character suited the demands of adventure motorcycling. Now, more compact overall dimensions house an exact 1,300 cubic centimeters displacement that delivers more GS power than ever before. How much power? A claimed 145 horsepower at 7,750 and 110 pound-feet of torque at 6,500. This increase comes largely from the new cylinder dimensions of 106.5 by 73.0 mm, an increase of 4 mm in the bore and a decrease of 3 mm on the stroke. The bigger bore area makes room for larger valves, 44 mm intake and 35.6 mm exhaust, and new cams help the new engine breathe its best. The new output numbers are 9 horsepower and 5 pound-feet. More than the previous 1,250 cubic centimeters mil. BMW says that between 3,600 and 7,800 RPM, there is a minimum of 96 pound-feet of torque available. As before, cylinder heads and other high thermal stress areas are liquid-cooled via a radiator, and air cooling takes care of the rest to keep the liquid side of the equation more compact. DOHC cylinder heads use chain-driven cams with BMW's shift cam tech that varies intake valve timing and lift. The intake camshaft features a partial load and full load profile. This improves fuel economy and smoothness while cruising and boosts output under heavy load. Exhaust gases exit via a 2-into-1 stainless steel exhaust with a closed-loop catalyzer system controlled via an oxygen sensor. BMW says the R1300GS not only complies with current exhaust emission standards, but also is equipped to meet future requirements. New underslung transmission. The gearbox is relocated beneath the crankshaft and is integrated into the engine case. This reduced engine weight by 8.6 pounds and cut a total of 14.3 pounds from the entire drivetrain. The change also reduces engine length and allows for shorter transmission shafts. What mass remains is now concentrated closer to the center of gravity for improved handling. The wet clutch has mechanical assist and slipper functions. Optional Shift Assistant Pro's up and down quick shift action is said to be more precise, and offer a more direct feel thanks to a torsional magnet sensor, a signal transmitter. The driveshaft and rear axle assembly are redesigned to feature larger universal joints with decreased angles to reduce deflection of the rotating mass for improved durability. A longer rear axle stub makes for easier installation and removal of the wheel. Electronic rider aids. For standard riding modes tailor the engine's response and power: rain, road, eco, and enduro. An optional riding modes pro package adds 3 additional modes: dynamic, dynamic pro, and enduro pro. Both pro modes allow for extra customization of throttle response, traction control, and wheelie control. Additionally, the as-standard engine drag torque control (MSR) that limits rear wheel slip-on deceleration can be adjusted in the Pro modes. Braking via twin 4-piston radial mount front calipers, and single 2-piston rear caliper is linked by BMW Motorrad full integral ABS Pro. The front brake lever activates the rear brake and the same goes for the rear lever activating the front brakes. Both on- and off-road settings are linked to the ride modes, and the rear ABS can be deactivated in the ABS Pro settings. Additionally, dynamic brake control prevents unintentional throttle applications by reducing drive torque during braking to maximize braking power at the rear wheel. BMW has joined the radar-assisted club with its active cruise control (ACC), front collision warning (FCW), and lane change warning (LCW) features. ACC allows the rider to set a speed and distance to the vehicle in front. The system then uses the front radar to measure distance to the vehicle and control speed to maintain the preset gap. BMW says FCW uses braking intervention to help prevent collisions and reduce the severity of accidents. A rear radar sensor monitors behind the bike as well as the blind spots. If it is deemed dangerous to change lanes, the LCW system illuminates a warning in the left or right mirror. The R1300GS features smartphone connectivity via a 6.5-inch TFT display. BMW's multi-controller connects to a smartphone and Bluetooth headset to allow for media and phone functionality without the rider removing their hands from the bars. Add in BMW's Motorrad connected app and turn-by-turn arrow-led navigation will be displayed on the TFT screen. When switched to the sport screen, bank angle, traction and braking behavior, a sports tachometer, and gear indicator are displayed. The free BMW Motorrad connected app informs the owner of service status and warnings, including a battery guard feature that monitors the Li-ion 12-volt battery's state of charge. Fuel level, remaining range, and bike mileage are also relayed. In the event of an accident, BMW's eCall system, Intelligent Emergency Call, is standard equipment and aims to get help to the scene as fast as possible. When a fall is detected, the BMW call center is automatically connected to make contact with the rider if possible. The system can also be activated manually via an SOS button. New steel frame and aluminum subframe. A new steel sheet metal frame increases chassis stiffness in a more compact package. The previous model's tubular steel subframe has been replaced by a die-cast aluminum unit. This gives the GS a short and slim rear end that is also stiffer. This stiffness increases riding precision and stability. Suspension. For 30 years BMW's Big Boxer GS has used some form of telelever front suspension, and that continues with this new EVO telelever matched to a new rear EVO paralever suspension. At the front, the EVO telelever combines the stiffness and direct steering feel from sporty models such as the R1200S and HP2, with the stability of previous GS Boxer models. The new system clamps tightly to the fork tubes, like the sporty models, but is decoupled with a flex element to prevent the tilting movement that was not noticeable on the street bikes, but would be detrimental with the longer wheel travel and tall bars of a GS. With this design, the EVO telelever offers greater rigidity and ride stability while producing excellent steering precision. Look for a Kevin Cameron article explaining all of the geometry and construction soon. BMW's new EVO paralever rear end has a significantly stiffer connection to the frame, and has been extended for improved traction. Wheel travel is 7.5 inches at the front and 7.9 inches at the rear. Optional Dynamic Suspension Adjustment, DSA, replaces BMW's Dynamic ESA Next Generation Electronic Suspension, going one step further in the dynamic adjustment of damping and spring preload. Now, depending on the selected riding mode, riding condition, and maneuvers, DSA dynamically adjusts front and rear damping along with a corresponding spring rate adjustment. BMW says this offers a higher level of ride safety, performance, and comfort no matter vehicle load with a passenger or luggage. Usability is simplified with improved integration within riding modes, but DSA can also be individualized in the vehicle settings. Menu. Along with the optional DSA, a new adaptive vehicle ride height control and sport suspension are available. The adaptive ride height system offers fully automatic adjustment of ride height depending on the conditions. Seat height is reduced from 33.5 inches to 32.3 inches during slow riding and at a standstill. BMW claims the adjustment up and down happens quickly and almost imperceptibly. The rider can customize automatic adaptive ride height operation, or choose between permanently low and permanently high settings. With the optional sport suspension, the R1300GS gets a more off-road based setup with 0.8 inch more travel at the front and rear. Settings are firmer and specially developed for off-roading. R1300GS design. While slimmer than previous models, the 2024 R1300GS is immediately recognizable as the next generation GS. It strikes a more Enduro-like silhouette with a flatter aluminum fuel tank with an upholstered cover that extends from the 33.5-inch tall standard seat. A new LED headlight integrates the high and low beams into a single projector unit surrounded by four LED running lights in an X pattern. Overall, the R1300GS has shed 26 pounds from the previous model, but it looks even lighter than that. BMW says the ergonomic triangle of the R1300GS has been optimized for a sporty, yet relaxed riding position. An optional handlebar riser is included in the Enduro Package Pro to suit off-road riding. For optional seat heights, 3 different foot pegs, comfort handlebars, and accessory hand and foot levers are offered to suit riders' varied body types and riding needs. Pricing and variants. Base model price for the 2024 R1300GS is $18,895, and the bike is expected to arrive at dealers in early 2024. BMW almost never offers the base model at the dealer. Typically customers want more features, and package are listed below. Premium package, $3,895 Headlight Pro, DSA, Riding Assistant, Shift Assistant Pro, Riding Modes Pro, Sport Brakes, Central Locking, Preparation for Navigation, Chrome-plated exhaust manifold, Vario side and top case mounts. Hand Protector Extension Comfort Package, $575 Electrically Adjustable High Windshield, Center Stand, Comfort Passenger Seat, Comfort Passenger Footrests, Luggage Carrier. Enduro Package Pro, $695 Handlebar Risers, Engine Protection Bars, Enduro Aluminum Engine Guard, Short Enduro Handlebar Levers, GS Adjustable Rider Footrests, Exhaust Mount for Single Seat, Adjustable Foot Brake and Gearshift Levers, Large Frame Guards, Tight-fitting turn signal stalks. In addition to the base R1300GS, there are 3 variants, a triple black, $975, which gets the blackout treatment of most surfaces and has cast wheel for extra attitude. The GS Trophy, $975, that features cross-spoke wheels along with a slew of off-road ready parts and a racing blue metallic color scheme. And the option 719 Tramontana, $3,195, that comes with rich colors and finishes.